You got the video to her? Wait a minute. You got the video to her saying it's okay to do that? We can get that. There ain't no sweat. You got that? You got that on live? Right. Get me on live. Get us on live. I want these brothers. I want you to explain to Facebook. I want you to explain it to the world. This. The topic right now is rape right now. 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 What the scripture is.
Can I ask a question?
We teach it right now. You the student.
You're
Go
not
ahead.
teaching.
What the scripture is.
Can I ask a question?
What the scripture is.
Can I ask a question?
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
What the scripture is.
Can I ask a question? Why do your master tell you to go get vaccinated?
Why does your master teach that it's okay to rape 12-year-old children?
He never said that.
And polite out of all people had to deal with that.
He never said that.
Polite out of all, Sean, polite out of all people had to deal with their master on this garbage, man. So no sweat, you got it. We can go ahead and play it. Let's play it. Let's play it.
What is the mark of the beast?
Which we teach now is that when you go into the law in the ancient world, men, if they saw a woman that they like, they can grab the woman up and rape the woman, man.
What is the mark of the beast? What is the mark of the beast? Can anybody explain that to me? Y'all can't explain that?
You need to listen to your
master. Y'all can't explain that?
Listen to what your master
is saying. That's not my master.
This is your master.
That's not my master.
This is your master.
That's a true follower of the man of the Lord.
That's a man of the Lord?
Yes.
A man of the Lord that will tell you that you can rape a damn woman?
He never said that.
That's what he said in the video. That's what he said in the video. That's what he said in the video.
Which we teach now is that when you go into the law in the ancient world, men, if they saw a woman that they like, they can grab the woman up and rape the woman, man. Is that when you go into the law in the ancient world, is that when you go into the law in the ancient world, in the ancient world, in the ancient world, in the ancient world, in the ancient world.
The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is these Negroes who teach that you could go and rape women, man. You are, listen, you on the book. Y'all got it live? You on the book. Tell the book about how your leader teaches that it's okay to rape 12-year-old women. Tell the book about how your leader teaches that it's okay to rape 12-year-old women. To rape 12-year-old women. To rape 12-year-old women.
You niggas are
this is the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 10. Find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her. Then the man only that lie with her shall die.
You shall die for doing that evil.
In the ancient world, in the ancient world, in the ancient world.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Recha HaKwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, the top men of Great Millstone. Also a sincere shalom to you other elders and you Achim, you few, the brothers and you few sisters. Anyway, I want to touch on this video here. I actually saw Apostle Ramla. He did the video saying that he don't know who these guys are. They, you know, that's not Great Millstone and ordinance of how we do things as of now. So I don't know who they are. You know, I've never seen them either. But I'm just going to address the video. And Yohanan and them calling themselves no cowards. You know, now when you look up the word coward, it says one who shows disgraceful fear or timidity, or timidity, okay, being timid basically. And the word timid means lacking in courage or self-confidence. So we can see in the video that they're calling themselves no cowards, but they lack the confidence of being able to answer a question. Now, if they really believed what they believed about why did the general tell everybody to take the Yohana dope, you know, that'll probably be the next video. Why he told everybody to take the Yohana dope, you know, they should have been able to answer that with pure confidence. You know, but it doesn't seem like they was able to answer that. Right? They wasn't able to actually answer the question. So we can see that these men cannot be men of the Lord. 1 Peter 3:15, but sanctify the Lord Yahweh in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of hope is in you with meekness and fear. So if they fear the Lord, they might say, well, this Jake is being smart. We don't really want to answer him. We don't have to. But they should be able to stand and defend the gospel. Now, it's almost, impossible to ask these guys questions and they're going to answer the right way. They've made their statement. They've made their mark. There's no way that I would ever go up to Isupk and ask them anything with that damn bullhorn. And the only thing that it comes back to is rape. These are rapists of 12-year-old women. He admitted the 12-year-olds can be women. But then to get the women's side is the girls. And then things that were said in this video, if I even played that in this video, the tubers would take it down. Right? But they're allowed to say all these things. The general is allowed to tell everybody to take this and do that without people's consent of what they feel is right or wrong. So we can see that this man has to be juiced, highly juiced. So I couldn't even play half of the things that was said in the video, because if we said it, it would be, it would be taken down. Now we must go back into this thing again. Apostle Tahar said, in the ancient times, that what men would have done. Right? And I saw the comment, the brother Pashah, he left, he said, well, Polite had it right, which he did. He gonna go to Polite. This Jews that they all juiced in with Polite and the money, they all juiced in, man. He brings up Polite. What does Polite have to do with this? Anyway, let's go to Deuteronomy 20:22. We always have to go to this. We don't have to, but for edification, for anybody who doesn't know, people are going to see this and they're going to come in and they say, well, what is this GMS is teaching this? So we got plenty of videos up on showing and as far as the truth's sake, defending the gospel. All right, Deuteronomy 22:23. This is what he read. If a damsel that is a virgin is betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, they shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they may die. The damsel, because she cried not, because in the city, and the man, because he had humbled her, his neighbor's wife. Right? This also proves that the neighbors, when you see neighbors love your neighbor, that's talking about the Israelites. Okay? So thou shalt put away evil from among you. So let me go to verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, right, then they shall both of them die, both the man and the woman, and he and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Okay? So it was another one on here, and this section is called marriage violations. Okay? We'll go to 25. But if a man findeth a damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. And this is what the general, I forgot his name, it began for M, but that's what he brought up, but he never kept reading, because that is true. Because if you find a betrothed damsel in the field and a man force her, why is it called force? You have to go into the text. It was force because she didn't want to. And if she did want to, that's why it explained, if she did want to and she was betrothed, it wasn't about so much the force. It was only considered force because she was already betrothed to someone, some would say. And if she's betrothed to someone, you're forcing, adultery. okay, on that woman or in Israel. So when you go down to verse 28 verse, it says, if a man that is a damsel that is a virgin which is not betrothed, it made a difference. That's why I said forced in the betrothed and not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, right? And they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. So it was okay. Did that happen, right? So now, where does the rape comes in, okay? It says, if a man find a damsel that is a virgin which is not betrothed and lay hold on her. So we go to this word lay hold. It means to catch and to seize. Tafas, I believe. We went through this so many times. But I want to go to the different translations. The NIV says, if a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they be discovered. See, the general will say, oh, see, that's the new version. See, that's those sickles that bring that into the doctrine. Well, let's go to an older doctrine, right? The Christian Standard Bible says, takes her. The Holman Christian Standard Bible, which is still newer, says, take hold of her and rapes her, right? See, they went in, some of these other versions of the Bible got it right. We hold to the King James because it has the Apocrypha and it has, the more understandable stuff and the things that are in there that wasn't taken out. Some things were taken out of other Bibles, right? But it doesn't mean that some of the translations are all completely wrong. The God's Words translation is not a very new translation. It says, this is what you must do when a man rapes a virgin who isn't engaged to when the crime is discovered. Right? It's in many different translations. The NET Bible, it says, and rapes her. Okay? Some say lay hold. Okay? The Young's Literal Translation, I believe that was the 1800s. It says, when a man findeth a damsel or virgin who is not betrothed and have caught her and lain with her, then they be found. So I'm going to go back. Okay? And then when you look at the commentary on it, it says seduction. I didn't even read that. Seduction. Okay, so when we go to the what Bible translation? The John Wycliffe, the 1382. I went through this before. Deuteronomy 22 and 28. It says, if a man findeth a damsel virgin, this is in Old English, so I'm just reading it the way I understand it. If a man findeth a damsel virgin that has no spouse, and taketh and doeth lechery with her, right? It says taketh, that's to lay hold, to take, to grasp and seize, to catch. And taketh and doeth lechery with her, and the thing cometh to doom, right? He that slept with her shall you to the favor, to the further, the father of the damsel 50. Yeah, that's why we say 50. 50 sickles of silver. So that's pretty much to the point. And we look at the word lechery, it goes back to indulgence in sexual activity. So when you go back to this translation, and this is the 1382 translation, it said, if any man find of a damsel and a spouse, and that taketh, right? That taketh and doeth lechery, which means doeth in sexual activity. So what is that when you take a woman and do sexual activity? What is that? It's not the rape you see today. The rape you see today is some man breaking your house, grab your mother, your sister, your daughter, whoever up, and they, have sex with them, and then leave out the window, right? Or throw it down in the park, and then, rip our clothes off and do all these things, and then leave, and then nobody knows where he's at, What we're saying is in the ancient times, it wasn't the way that they're doing it. They put the knife up to the throat, throw him down. This is the way the man has put the spell on you. And when you're supposed to come out of the philosophies of Babylon, You would think Jake would wake up out of that and have some new understanding on all these words, all these things, you know, the history, and they would know things. But not the no cowards, or let me say the cowards, or they call themselves no cowards. And they do this because of the Queen of Heaven. This is the best way to get everybody out of the way of GMS. And we see this as maybe a diversionary tactic, because we've been getting on Yohana about the Yohana dope, you know. Anyway, that's all I have on that. This is just madness. We don't know who this guy is and what's going on with that. I don't see the reason of going up and asking these guys anything. What are they going to do? You ask them what color the sky, they're going to pull out rape, you know. You're gonna ask them, you know, you could come up and ask them what time is it, and they see your fringes and they think GMS, they're gonna automatically say it's not rape time. You know what I'm saying? This is the sickness of this group. You know, they have a serious sickness, and it's because they're juiced. You know, that's what I believe. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.